Food is my life. I mean, I think about food, I drive people nuts talking about food. It's just all I think about. I mean, everything else is sort of a hindrance.
Why are you on MasterChef?
I'm here because I'd love to get a job in a Michelin-star restaurant, working with guys who have Michelin stars and really really start at the bottom and see whether I can achieve that goal.
How good is this food today going to be?
I'm not saying it's Michelin star, but it should be good enough to put me through, that's for sure.
Research scientist Louise believes she has a culinary advantage.
Having an interest in science makes me interested in all the scientific aspects of food, and ultimately, if you understand the food, you can make it taste a lot better.
All those years of study and what you've always dreamed about is being a cook, is that right?
It's all one and the same thing. Cooking is creating something and serving it to people to give them joy.
Yeah.
Science is creating something and helping people.
You've only got 20 minutes left.
43-year-old Pam hopes today will take her one step closer to her dream of owning a restaurant in the Yorkshire Dales.
The time seems right. My daughter's 14 now, so I feel I have a lot more time to be able to do what I'd like to do, and this really is a passion for me.
If you were to have your own restaurant and it was, called Cafe Pam, what style of food would we have in there?
I guess I'm a traditional cook English food, cook what I know how to cook.
Robust, big, or refined and beautiful?
Both.
Will Stephen's obsession with food be reflected in his pan-fried mackerel, peas, potatoes and beans with a citrus dressing?
I think you have a very good dish here.
Right.
I think you've seasoned well.
Yeah.
I think your choice of ingredients is absolutely right. Not bad, Stephen.
I love the flavour of your rich, wonderful, oily mackerel against the sweet peas and the crunch of those beans. Now, young man, Michelin star you aim for. Peel your potatoes, will you?
Research scientist Louise has made rhubarb crumble and custard.
What brings that alive is the lovely vanilla in the custard. We've got a lovely crunchy top. I think it's very delicious.
It is creamy, it is sharp, it is also sweet. That is a nicely flavoured, good textured crumble and custard.
Is rhubarb crumble and custard good enough to get you a place in the next round?
I really hope so.
British food lover Pam has cooked Rhubarb Upside Down Cake with vanilla cream and a rhubarb compote.
Stone the crows. I don't think I've tasted anything that good in such an early round for a very, very, very long time. Your sponge is delightfully light. Your cream is packed full of vanilla. I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
Great flavours in equal amounts. The heat and the warmth, that lovely bit of ginger at the back. Yeah, it's very, very good indeed.
Glad you like it.
Pam, you're cooking tomorrow. Well done. Ravi and Dave, sorry, gentlemen, you're leaving us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stephen, you're staying with us. Well done.
Wicked.
So, Deborah or Louise? Congratulations, Louise, you get to stay. Sorry, Deborah.
Happy days.
No, I didn't expect to get through, but I'm really, really pleased that I have, and I'm going to try as hard as I can to stay in the competition.
I feel fantastic about it. The only thing is I've got now a lot to live up to.
It's always been my dream to actually work in the kitchen, so I can't wait to do it tomorrow.
These guys all say they want to be professionals, they want to change their career. Well, let's see how they feel when they come out of their first busy, hot service. You are halfway. You've got half hour left.
24-year-old Christopher impressed the judges in the first round, but his inexperience showed in the professional kitchen. Now will his own 2 dishes prove he's got what it takes?
I'm keeping it simple again today. I think that idea paid off yesterday. I'm doing grilled sea bass on crushed new potatoes with the chorizo sausage. And for pudding, I'm doing summer pudding.
Do you have a big enough repertoire if we would take you further in the competition?
I think I've got some good dishes up my sleeve, definitely. You know, the comments that I had yesterday from you guys kind of spurred me on to think, yeah, I can get through to the final and win it.
You seem to be growing in confidence with every stir of the pan. Well done, Chris.
Cheers, guys.
If you get those flavours and those textures absolutely right, that's the sort of food I go out and buy.
You've only got 5 minutes. 5 minutes left, please.
You've got 30 seconds, Duncan. So you have to just, whatever you got, you have to put it on the plate. Go, go, plate it. Plate it, plate it, plate it. That's it, that's it. That's it, time's up, that's it. That's it, finished. Finished. You've got salty mussels from the sea, and you've got that sweet fish. The crunch of samphire would have just been stunning. Duncan, I don't think there's any doubting your cooking ability. I think we need to go and buy you a watch.
I know you're missing bits and pieces, but you know what? It's not that bad. Move on to our veal.
Lovely, creamy, soft mash. Nicely cooked veal. That's it. Of course, there should have been so much more.
Your veal escallops cooked nicely. You got a sauce which is not reduced. Good concept, bad follow-through.
Really disappointed. And I think if you give me another chance, I think you'll see what should have been there on the plates.
Christopher's first dish is sea bass on chorizo and potatoes with a tomato, herb and olive salsa, followed by a classic summer fruit pudding with blackberry coulis and lime creme fraiche.
I love the intensity of those really sweet tomatoes with the basil, and then right at the last minute, I'm still left with that beautiful, rich, perfectly cooked piece of sea bass. This is good-looking, well-composed, thought-about food.
That is food that people will buy and happily eat. I think you have an exceptional palate. Finish with the fish. Pudding.
You start with the intense blackberry, but then suddenly you get this wonderful fresh ping of tropical flavour from that lime rind that sits on top of the cream. It's simply delicious.
Naturally sweet, natural juice, big pile of summer goodness, and I'll quite happily stick my face in it.
But hunger for this competition, do you have it?
Yeah, absolutely. I am hungry for the competition. But the more and more that I've done over the last couple of days, then hopefully that'll build my confidence.
You three are great amateur cooks. But as you know, we've only got one place. Our quarter-finalist is Chris. Congratulations.
The contestants have to invent and cook a dish from any of the ingredients in front of them, which include lamb, tomatoes, feta cheese, couscous, mushrooms, mint, spinach and watermelon.
What style of cook are you, Scott?
Quite a rustic. I like just good ingredients, simply done.
Do you believe you're good enough to win this, Scott?
I think with a bit of help and a push in the right direction, I think I can do something, yeah.
Painter and decorator Scott is desperate to hang up his overalls.
I want to stop decorating. I want to be in the cooking industry. And once I get in the kitchen and cook more and more, I believe that I will just excel.
why are you here?
This is what I do. I enjoy doing this. I love my cooking. I like seafood. I do a lot of scuba diving. I always have a good stock of my own seafood.
Wow.
And that's the sort of things I like.
Dorset-based Matt wants to involve his family in his cooking dream.
My family and I, we've made a lifestyle decision. At some point, we want to have our own business. Our dream would be to have a cafe. I like cooking Italian. I cook a lot of seafood. Something that blends the two of those well.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have only 10 minutes left.
Mel hopes her adventurous cooking style will make her stand out.
I'm not afraid to experiment. Sometimes that's perhaps my detriment, but hopefully it will show that I've got a lot of talent.
Tell me, why MasterChef?
I've reached that natural crossroads, and this is time to follow my dream.
Painter and decorator Scott hopes to climb the culinary ladder with his Moroccan-style lamb and roasted vegetable couscous.
Your lamb's slightly overcooked. I love the sweetness of the vegetables inside the couscous.
Well-seasoned lamb, well-cooked couscous. I think it's a good start.
Matt is showcasing his culinary skill by making fettuccine with a tomato and mushroom sauce.
Come in here, first round. Cut strips of perfectly fine pasta. Oh, it's well done.
Thanks.
Very impressive, because your pasta is soft but yet got a crunch to it. I've got to say, Matt, I like it. I like it a lot. I like your intent.
Thanks.
Experimental cook Mel has made flatbread served with spicy lamb and tomato salsa.
I really, really like the flavour of that tomato salsa. I also like the flavour of the lamb. It's well spiced. For this stage of the competition, Melanie, I think that is really seriously clever stuff.
I'm so pleased and relieved.
Good flavours, good textures. It doesn't really get any better.
Thank you very much.
You know the rules. 3 of you are staying and 3 of you are going home. Melanie, you're cooking tomorrow. Well done. Ben, Lauren, sorry guys, you're leaving us. We only have 3 places. Matt, damn fine pasta. You're cooking tomorrow. Well done. Scott, or Becky. Sorry, Becky, you're leaving us. Congratulations, Scott.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
Oh, come on now.
After 20 years as a milliner, Sharon thinks it's time to hang up her hat and turn her hand to something new.
I'm a very creative and very good milliner, but I'm also a very creative and very good cook.
Ambitious cook Keith hopes to impress by making his own pasta.
I'm going to do a ravioli with an egg yolk in the middle of it.
Will the egg yolk be cooked?
It'll be oozy and runny if I get it right.
It should be on your plate. You've got 1 minute left. That's it. Time's up. Step away.
Lydia has cooked an Eastern European-inspired herb-stuffed trout with beetroot and horseradish.
Your fish is cooked beautifully. I love the sweetness of the beetroot. I like the heat that comes from the horseradish. I think it's a very tasty dish.
Experimental cook Sharon hopes that her dish of trout and polenta with caper salsa will take her one step closer to a career change.
I don't mind the polenta. I feel as though it needs a little bit more seasoning in it. But what you've done is made that fish really stand out.
The fish is cooked marvellously, but the whole thing is very acidic because you've got a lot of wine going on in that polenta, and then acid as well in your salsa. So I'm undecided with you. We've had some ups and downs, that's for sure. It's going to make for a very interesting judging decision.
Thank you very much. I think we've got some good cooks, and I think we've got some people with real promise. We actually had a few disasters today, though.
Poor Keith. I mean, in that fella's worst nightmares, he didn't envisage this. I mean, we ended up with an egg inside dog biscuit. It was like an envelope.
Even the broccoli underneath that ravioli was sodden with water. It was not good at all. I think Keith should just go home. Jason's food's way too confused. I think he got quite lucky with the fish being cooked well, because you just put it as a whole fish and he baked it. But the fundamental parts of that dish were the potato puree, the lemon and caper sauce, and the vegetables. All three of those were wrong. Jason has to go home.
Yeah, I agree. I like Lydia. I think Lydia's fish was cooked perfectly. She let the fish be the star. She'd served it with one rough cut puree. No, I think I've seen enough to want to put her through to the next round.
This is a competition, and 3 of you are going to stay, and 3 of you are going home.
Lydia, you are staying in this competition, Lydia. Keith and Jason, I'm sorry, gentlemen, you are leaving us. Simon, we would like to see you cook some more, Simon. Emma or Sharon? Congratulations, Sharon.